Shane, you see it on YouTube again?
Oh, I got off of YouTube. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, it says live.
And you can see us on there? Okay, awesome.
So Shane, you share it
It's
onto
just
your
a
page?
link. The link just takes you back to YouTube.
Yeah, it's not gonna.
It's 7:29. So
No, that's fine. Post a link to your page, and then we can just send people to YouTube so they can be watching now.
Okay.
Okay, so 1 second, we're gonna let her in.
What was called? Shane.
Playing from Galaxy S9 Plus.
Oh, why today? Right, that's me. Okay. All right, everybody ready? All right.
Hi y'all, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Paul and Keke should be on shortly. Just FYI, Keke had to pick up his son, so he's in the car, but he's still fully functioning and still social distancing as well.
All right.
We understand.
Okay. And I see Paul. Let me add him.
What it do?
We love your background.
What it do?
Baby.
With the slabs, with the elbows.
Did not tell you you should do that.
Let me remix it for you. Let me remix it one time.
Oh, come on with the fifth wheel.
This is hilarious. This is so Houston.
And then and I got one more. I got one more.
Oh, you got
I
one
only
more.
let you get three.
Keep them coming.
I only let you get three.
Burn it.
Burn it 2020.
Hey.
So we can all get behind.
This boy came here with stunts. We love it. Well, welcome to Happy Hour with TMS. Thank you for coming on our show today. We appreciate it.
Paul, I got a question.
For
First off, where's your cup? This is happy hour. We drink.
Oh man, I got my.
Okay, you can do that.
Right.
We'll be okay with that too.
Right.
Okay.
Whatever works.
Okay.
Whatever gets you
match
right.
my background then. We matching my background and we good.
Burn it.
You in this
If
background.
there's any this is a CBD. If there's any law enforcement watching.
There's no law enforcement.
There's no law
Okay,
enforcement.
then this definitely ain't no CBD. No, I'm just playing. CBD actually it do it a lot differently, but it's not like normal. But it definitely do. I do smoke a little bit of that too. Matter of fact, Keke got his own CBD line. I think he got an oil line, but this CBD you can smoke too. It's not that bad for sure. It relieve your stress a little bit. Don't get you high.
Does it hit like the real?
Nah, it don't, but it do calm you down a little bit. So it's kind of weird because when I smoked it, it calm you so you don't feel you feel something. So you like, wait a minute, I don't feel high. I feel like I'm conscious about what's going on around me. Like you don't feel like that, like you're out of it or anything.
Mm-hmm.
You just feel like it relieved. I remember it relieved a little inflammation in my back too. I always get tensed up, and just like relax you. So it's like it's weird because you don't feel high, but you feel
you feel something.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay.
Can you pass a drug test at work?
Right.
Man, some of them you can. It depends because it depends on the CBD. Because some CBD still have a real small, low amount of THC where it might be legal, but it'll still test positive. You know what I'm saying? Well, so it just depends on how much is in, how much, if they have any THC at all in it. You know what I'm saying? Or what your job specifically tests for. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be held responsible.
So
Well, and we look like it looks like Lil Keke's in the room. So we were just talking about your CBD.
oh Keke, man, what
it do?
not much,
Hey,
Hello,
man.
hello.
welcome
You
to
riding
Happy Hour
slab
with
right
TMS.
now?
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Driving and talking, picking people up. So I
Yeah.
appreciate y'all for having me. I just invested into a new company called with All Well CBD. It's self relief. It's for pain, stress. I got the rub for the joints, muscle aches. We got the alls. You can take it as an aspirin. So before I got involved with it, I'm not totally educated on it, but I'm just learning as I go. And I just wanted to make sure when I did invest into it, that it could be something that could be helped just a little bit different than your normal, hey, I'm rolling up something to get high or something. So it's hemp, it's all, and it's rub. People using it for relief, stress, like I say, pain, and different stuff like that. So, just spreading my wings out, trying to be, tap into different things that I can use from my platform to, help me during what I got going on right now.
Diversifying is what I just heard.
Right.
It must be on to you too, man. Keke, you've been around a long time. I've been watching you a long time. When you gonna start aging, brother?
Hey, listen.
brother, you ain't aged not one bit, man.
Hey, I'm trying to keep up with my kids, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't take it easy on them on nothing. Monopoly, Uno, racing, I still want to win. I still want to win and everything,
Yeah,
man. Just to let them know, just in case this youth. Now, but I'm trying to age gracefully, man. I deal with the youngsters a lot, man. I do like me and Power Wall. We put an album together. I just try to keep up with time, stay relevant with what's going on, and not be afraid to take chances, man. And reach out to different things. That's how I'm able to just stay young as I can, man, and stay in the game.
Yeah, bro.
Power Wall, Lil Keke, Lab Talk. Thank y'all for having us today. What's up?
You're welcome. Okay, so tell us about this new single. It's fire. We love it. So
We heard it
Trill,
yesterday, and all of us were like, "That's a banger."
yeah, we like it. So tell us
Man,
about
the
it. What's
whole
the
album.
inspiration?
Y'all gonna love the album. If we dedicated it to the culture, it's not dedicated to a car. Slab Talk don't mean that it's dedicated to the car. It's dedicated to a culture, how we do things down here. Motorcycles, bikes, trucks, slabs, dogs, everything. So Trill was just something put together, just representing, man, the whole album. Just the culture, man. Riding 5 was the first single. So we done So Trill next. To just kind of, man, just to be honest, man, just give it some flavor. And we didn't put a lot of people on the album. Slim Thug was one of the ones that we did put on the album. So, man, So Trill. We glad y'all like it, man. We got more to come. Y'all gonna love the album.
Sure.
How long did it take to put together?
Oh, once we got into it, no time. We took a minute to put it together before because we had to figure out what type of album we was gonna do, what we wanted to do, how we wanted to put it together. Once we figured out what kind of album we wanted to do, what we was gonna dedicate it to, it didn't take us that much time.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you driving, Keke, but I follow you on Instagram, and you and this Legend Talk Bar and Grill is hilarious. And I like the video that you had when you said you trying to make people not be hood bartenders.
Oh yeah.
You
That's
want them to be
my famous
sophisticated.
sidecar. Hold on one second. Hold on. Man, can I have 2 large lemonades right here?
That's what I got to order real quick.
Right. He said, let me get some food real
Right.
quick.
Paul,
You
man,
gotta
let me
feed the
tell you.
family.
Hey, Paul, I gotta be honest with you. The first time I heard about you, man,
What it do?
was when I was in college, bro. And I don't know if you remember.
No ice, large, both of them with no ice and
you
eat
say.
one.
And back then, y'all was coming to Gordo's. You know what I'm saying? The locals knew all about it, man. By that time I had left from school and went there. And man, y'all Thug and all y'all was at Gordo's, man. Y'all used to tear it down. The show, man.
Man, growing up, man, especially in trying to come up as an independent artist in hip hop in Houston. Houston was a rap-a-lot city first, and then it became a screwed up clique city where if you wasn't a part of either one of those type of movements, it was very difficult to establish yourself as an artist and have a career, because the city overall that's what the main strongholds were for artists. So a lot of artists like myself, we would hit the road. We would go out of town, and I didn't get a lot of love in Houston at first coming up. So I say, all right, that's cool. I'm going the money's at. I'm going where the love is at. I'm going where I'm able to, pursue my career. And that was in Dallas, Austin, San Marcos, San Antonio, down in the Valley, Corpus Christi, everywhere, all over, and maybe some of the smaller cities too, all the way from Oklahoma to Louisiana, and it just was somewhere where eventually through colleges, through people coming from over there to Houston, that's kind of how it spread, where it kind of trickled down. And I got love back in Houston from people from out of town coming to Houston to go to college. So it was kind of wild how it happened for me personally, because even within that, even coming up in the Swisher House, it was Slim Thug, Lil Mario, and others, where it was like me and Chameleon there. When we came up in the Swisher House, we didn't really get a lot of love from Houston. It was from outside of Houston, and then it kind of backdoored to Houston, you know.
I was Southside, South Park, FYI,
got a rip.
South Park, all day got a rip. But that's not about my Swish House up there in San Marcos. Them boys came up there. My roommate clicked just like this.
Yeah.
He was from Homestead. We having to find that out. So he put me on to Northside, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Paul, I want to ask you
shout
about...
out to your roommate, man. Much love to your roommate, man.
Yeah, much love to him, man.
Paul, I want to ask you about obviously the grills. What drew you to transition into like making a full-time hustle out of the grill situation?
Well, me, it was just I wanted a grill, and that was the easiest and cheapest way for me to get one, was to work for the person who was making them. So I started working for him, and then from there, I ended up meeting the man who was actually making them, which was Johnny. And then we ended up partnering up, and it just was there's money in it. So for sure, I was doing it. Then the easiest way for me, where it just fell into place, was that a lot of people were conducting bad business. So with Johnny, I was just doing good business. We would just do good business, and we get a lot of clients, a lot of customers, and then it spread faster than Corona, just because we was doing good business, doing what we were supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So and then of course I do like wearing jewelry too. So I love being flossy, with it. So it's I got a little discount. You know what I'm saying? When I got a little inside,
Gotcha.
score. You know what I'm saying? Because I get to make my own jewelry for free. Hey, it's all good.
So I have a question. So if you have crooked teeth, do you recommend a grill?
You can, man, with a grill, we can make them to where you got crooked teeth. We can't fix your teeth, but we can make it look straight. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody got to get you a new grill.
Yeah, that sounded like he was asking for somebody you know.
I may have been asking for a friend. I'm not gonna say who, but somebody.
So terrible.
Okay.
Keke,
I'm listening.
question for you. What's going on with Screwed Up Click? What's going on with the future? Anything, kind of coming up?
That?
Screwed Up Click. What can we expect in the future from that?
Well, listen, man, what I'm trying to do, man, as the captain, is trying to be a leader of it, is just keep our platform, keep it as well as I can. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep it up where we remember just not as far as what we done before, but what we do now.
Okay.
That's why I try to sing is I'm putting something together, man, where we're gonna be able to put together an SUC album later, where it's gonna be something that the fans expecting instead of something that we put together and hey man, let me hear Southside and all that. That's where we already done that. I want to put something together that's gonna be it's like some Wu-Tang reunion thing, but that's later. You know what I'm saying? Like we getting ready to bounce back in a situation where everybody's trying to get back on their feet and figure everything back out. So as far as like the freestyle contest and all that, that was always meant to be something after the pandemic, after we were done, in order to make it real relevant for the fans, not something where we, I wouldn't start freestyling on Zoom and then we barely can hear and all that. You
don't want to be Teddy Riley.
Epic fail.
And then to talk about grill, we've had our share of technical difficulties already.
Right.
Trying to go live. So we didn't want to do it like this. So in the future, it will be something. But right now, man, I got the Me and Power album, The Slab Talk. It's June the 6th. Right after that, on 7/13 weekend, I got Self-Made 3. That's my new album. And I got the Self-Relief CBD right now. And, we doing what we can, man, in order to just
keep the culture going, and from an artist standpoint, just trying to continuously figure out how to keep everything moving.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, I do have to tell you this on behalf of my wife. When I told her you were coming on our show today, she about broke the windows in the house screaming, saying how much you was her favorite rapper. So, you
1,000.
know,
I appreciate it.
you know, you both of you all have definitely left a mark on Houston, and it is untouchable. Y'all just got to keep it up.
Thank you, man.
Yo, this
Thank you, man. Listen, I appreciate it. It's well appreciated, man.
Yo, for sure. But hey, quick question. So this really ain't new to us. I remember riding down Sundays, McGregor Park, slab riding. I mean, it was something new to me coming up as a kid and all those things. Tell us, like, how is like Texas influenced the music culture, like the car culture? Because I feel like Texas, we really put our foot in that thing, and we started everything that you see now, from the big wheels and everything.
Oh, yes, sir. Well, you know, for me, then I just say I let Paul go after me. For me, man, it was everything for me. Like my whole, based on half of my career, most of all my music in my early career was based off the car culture, just the culture, period. So being a part of it and watching it grow, being a person that I always tried to stay upbeat, stay relevant, and be a part of the person that pushed it to keep it going, to be a part of the day. You got a lot of car cultures that died, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't riding like we was in the 70s or the 80s, but you can still see guys, man, that's still in our culture and doing what we do way in 2020. So I love being a part of it for that reason. It means so much to me for that particular reason, to see how far we pushed it and see that it's still going. And man, I love it, man. I love being one of the pioneers and one of the forefront people in the front of our culture. That's why I wanted to do an album with Paul. He's from the new game of it. He loved the culture. Plus, he watched us come up with it. And I feel like us dedicating the whole album to this particular subject would be great.
Like I said, wise man once said, Houston, we elbows, and Cali, they dating.
Yeah.
What's your take on that same question?
Well, I'm a first generation screwhead, so my introduction to hip hop was Lil Keke. You know, to me, he's Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, and Jay-Z all in one. You know, so that was my introduction to hip hop. So you know what I'm saying? All the car culture, it was around me. That's all I knew. Seeing growing up was trucks, bikes, slabs, and even to some, you know, all every extent of it. You know, whatever type of cars there was going on around us. We saw some Fast and Furious cars, you know what I'm saying? It might be some low riders here and there. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the slabs is the one that's unique to Houston. You really wouldn't see that in other cities until later on, you know what I'm saying? But for sure, it was just me being a first generation screwhead. This is the greatest to me, you know what I'm saying? So he my favorite rapper as well. The same way your wife excited, the same way I'm excited being on the interview with him. Yeah, and I've known for years now, you know what I'm saying?
So it's funny because I have a lot of friends that move here and they always ask me, so what's the deal with those cars with the things sticking out? They always want to know, what is that? I've never seen that before. Right. So we always crack up. And just the other day, so I live off of South Lee in Crestmont, and just the other day something fell off. I was like, what is that? Because somebody was banging so hard. And I literally started beating down the block, knocking pictures off the wall. Because I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Something literally fell. So, but
I might know who car that is. Did he stop by and get it? I'm gonna let him know that was.
Tell him he almost broke something, but we good.
Yeah, what's up? My aunt is from Cali, and she came down for the first time, and she saw one of the cars. Her first quote was, "What in the Mad Max is going on with these cars with this stuff going on?"
That's super funny.
Right. But believe it or not, there's a lot of people in Houston that don't like it or look down on it because they look at it as being local and they equate local as being small time, whereas it's the exact opposite to me. Yeah. I don't know if it's growing up learning Texas history or just having, that mentality, everything's bigger in Texas, or just being taught that, you from Texas, so you somebody. I don't know what it is, but my favorite rappers was always from Texas. My favorite anything was something that came from Texas. So being that screw music is something that came from right here, the slab culture, all of that's something that came from right here. That's something I always looked up to. But believe it or not, there is a group of people out there that they're not a fan of it because they look at it as being small town.
Man, I went to school in Nebraska, and my screensaver on my computer was "Screw you, I'm from Texas." There we go.
Yeah.
And so everything Houston around here, as y'all see, my guys got on the Astros, Oilers. I broke out the hat. We got the Rockets. So I'm the sports girl on the show. That's what I talk about. So I want to know, what are y'all thinking about what's going on in our city right now?
We in hell. We in sports hell right now.
It's rough.
The Astros, hey, we love them. They still #1 in our hearts. The hell with what everybody else got to say. The Texans woke up and traded DeAndre Hopkins. We looking crazy. And as far as the Rockets, man, we looking crazy with that too, because we don't even know if we're gonna get them back. I don't know if they're gonna play again.
Yeah, the one thing we had to look forward to, the Rockets, now all of a sudden we can't finish it out because the season gone. So he ain't lying, we in hell.
Man, shoot. Hey, Corona may have saved the Rockets, man. They I figured like next year they're gonna be all right. The first year with Westbrook and Harden.
He say Corona, man.
Corona's kind of maybe a savior, man. And next year we're gonna come through hard, man.
All right, well, check this out, man. Before y'all wrap it up, I just want to make sure that everybody, man, bear with us, man. The album ain't coming out to June the 6th. We're trying to give as much content as we can based on the circumstance. So we just want to tell y'all, appreciate y'all for having us on here so we can get some type of publicity and some type of work that we can do in order to promote the album that we can. It's jamming June 6th, Slab Talk, and the brand new single out right now is So Trill. I just want to say that before we forgot anything else.
Absolutely. And I had another question, like with everything that's going on with Corona, and what are you all doing? I know, Paul, you got a bunch of people together to donate for the food bank. I went and volunteered last Friday, and I know the face of need is just totally different. So you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, man. Shout out to the food bank. Every dollar raised will feed 3 meals, and my boy Alex Bregman, he came with this idea. Let's raise $1 million for the Houston Food Bank. Let's provide meals for kids, for families that need it right now, especially right now. But the food bank, they do great job year round, but especially in times of need, they always step up to the plate. If you text Feed Hugh, I'm gonna put it on here. If you text Feed Hugh that's FEEDHOU, if you text that to 41444, it'll send you a link to your phone. And you can give as little as $5. Click over and hit $5. $5 will provide 15 meals. So every little bit really do truly count. We raised that $1 million. We're going for $2 million right now, and then from there, who knows what we'll do. We're just trying to do whatever we can. Me myself, like a lot of us, we've been on the receiving end as well as the giving end. So this being a time where some of us can give, some of us need to receive. So if you can give, by all means, and it's something, it's definitely a great cause. So shout out to the food bank and everybody who participate. Lil Keke as well, he down with it as well. We was just trying to raise this money. Feed Hugh to 41444.
We'll make sure that we put that in all of the descriptions when we post the show later on.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank y'all so much.
Are you vegan? You give me like a vegan vibe. You gotta no.
You talking about me or Keke?
You.
I'm a fake vegan. I'm a hypocrite vegan.
A fake vegan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I still eat barbecue, but you know what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm like a fake vegan. I binge vegan sometimes. Well, I definitely cut back on a lot of processed food, a lot of meat, a lot of dairy, and a lot of other things like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I do eat some of it. But I'm aware. I'm vegan.
Where you're from.
Vegan conscious. I'm a fake vegan.
I heard that somewhere in the article that you were practicing that.
Yeah, me and my wife both, she, being that she's a cook, you know what I'm saying? We just try to live that healthy lifestyle, but I can't front. And, sometimes it's, some encouragement I want to give. Sometimes we feel like it's all or nothing. And if you can't do all or nothing, then it's a failure. So I'm not even going to try. But that's what I'm saying. I can't lie and still be in front saying I'm all the way vegan, but I try, you know, that's all I want to send encouragement out there. You try to make substitutions for the things you're eating. You do little by little by little by little. Then it's not such a big a step or transformation, you know, or a stretch. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I ain't gonna front and say I'm all the way. I ain't slipping. I'm a hypocrite. I'm a little fake vegan, but I really do try to live that lifestyle. Me and my wife both, our family, you know.
We call it 90% plant-based.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what's up.
What's up?
Yo, so hey, can we play a small sample snippet of the song So Trill for the people?
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Let's see, put a little bit of this. Come on, man. This is banger.
Shout out to Slim Thug.
Yeah, we wrapping up. We gotta get ready for the next one. We gotta get ready for the next one. Thank y'all for having us, man. We want to tell y'all appreciate it, man.
Man.
Well, appreciate y'all for coming, man. We really appreciate y'all taking time out to come on our show. And we'll make sure that we show this song and the album all the love that we possibly can and get it out to all of our followers and listeners.
Hey, for sure. Thank you. Much love.
Thank y'all.
Have a good night.
All right. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
That was funny.
Nice.
That was great.
That was great, man. It's good to see.
I like their personalities. Okay.
Love when it's local heroes come through, man, and show us some love.
Yeah, that was good. So were you guys hearing static on your end?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I wonder if it was recording like that. Okay.
It's still recording.
It's just somebody's microphone, you know what I'm saying? That's all.
Well, yeah, no, I'm just, though we're recording, I'm just asking if you guys can hear it on your end. So great show, great host, had a good time.
Yeah.
So, I think we should still at least talk about what we were drinking. You know,
yeah, we should do.
Yeah,
we go. And I think we all. I also think it's important that we just go around. It's a new day.
Oh, hold on, Paul. Hold on, we got Paul coming back.
Hey,
Paul's coming back.
Come on, Paul.
Oh, he was coming back.
He had something else to say. He wanted to stay. He wanted to stay.
Paul had a good time, man. He wanted to come back.
Paul is fun. Like
he is.
He seems like a good time.
Here for a good time.
All right, so let's go around the interwebs and just Tia, why are you happy today? What happened that you can be happy and you can express your happiness for today?
I'm happy today because it was actually a nice sunny day. Like it started off rainy last night. It was icky overnight, and then it turned up being a beautiful day.
Okay,
I'm happy for that.
Michelle, what say you?
I'm happy today because one of my coworkers cares enough about me to call me when I'm not at work by a certain time. So I'm normally logged on very early and before her. So when she got on the computer, she was like, Michelle's not on yet. Then, 7:00 hit, 7:30. She said, if she ain't on by 8:30, I'm calling her. And sure enough, she woke me up. Thank God, because I had a meeting at 9 and I was face down on the couch, fully dressed, looking like yesterday.
Wait, you was face down on the couch in yesterday's clothes?
Fully dressed at 8:30, just knocked out.
That's what you call a fun night. Geraldo, why are you happy today, man?
And I'm happy today because you know what? My bathroom renovations are almost done. I found
out
hot water. Man, I found out what was wrong with the hot water. I need new cartridge. So with these new showers, they have these little cartridge things that regulate water pressure, hot water, and I found out it's for kids. You want kids to go in there and just turn on hot water and scald themselves. Exactly. So found out what it was. They coming out tomorrow, fix it. So my son just better watch out when he cut on the hot water. Hey, pain has a funny way of teaching you things.
F them kids.
Teaching you things. That's why I'm happy today.
Okay.
Shane,
Yes.
why are you happy today?
I am happy today because I cooked the out of a slab of ribs today. I'm talking about
What?
like it came out so good.
And tender, huh?
Oh my god!
Mm.
And
What
you
kind of
know,
seasons you put on that thing?
I had a friend of mine, actually one of my frat brothers. You know him, Mo Wax.
Okay, yeah.
He sent me a box of seasonings from Canada.
Really? Moex is in Canada?
He's in
Okay.
Manitoba, somewhere like that, somewhere
Okay.
out there.
Hold
But
on,
he,
just a
he
second.
sent me like a care package with a bunch of seasonings in them.
Bet you didn't have no MD 2020 when you made it.
Is that a Canadian thing? That's more like Alabama, Mississippi. But yeah, he sent me that box, and there were some seasonings in there that I was able to put together and make a good rub for the ribs. So that's why I am happy.
Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. I was about to go beat some kids outside, but it's okay.
Well, we don't want violence.
Those kids need it.
Well,
Michelle, do we ask you, are you happy? You said
we
something.
did because her coworker woke her up when she was.
Oh yeah, you did. I was so distracted from the bad kids. I was trying to. I had an ear here and an ear here. I was.
What are you doing?
Yeah. All right. So now that we've talked about why we're happy, we can go around the room and at the last call for alcohol and talk about why you mad. I'll start with Tia since since you got a fresh story. Why are you mad? Last call for alcohol. Wait, let's do a shot.
Because he's. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shot time.
So up to it, down to it. F those who don't do it. We do it because we used to it. Now drink MF a drink.
Yeah.
Now, Tia. Oof.
Yes.
Why are you mad?
You know, I don't have kids. I like kids. I just don't like certain kids. I don't like kids with silver caps in their mouth. I don't like kids whose hair's never combed and they run wild and rampant like banshees in the hall. I don't like those kids. And I told the kid the other day, I said, hey, stop running around, you're making too much noise. And the kid just kept walking and I was like, hey, don't disregard what I said. I said, stop running around. People are working from home. You guys are yelling and screaming in this hallway. You cannot do that. This is not a playground. And so yet again, I keep over here and I open the door and then they like freeze frame because they already know I'm like the evil black lady that's gonna be like, y'all gonna cut that stuff out. So I'm sure they probably think I'm like a 30-some-year-old granny because I don't want to hear it. So that's why I'm mad.
Well, you know, the kids are just as stressed out as the adults right now. And we got to cut them a little bit of slack.
All right. Well, my drop kick to their throat is gonna be me being stressed out with them running up and down the house. I'm tired of hearing them slam the door.
You had a good point though. But the kids with silver caps in their mouth is always bad.
Well, yeah.
Every last one of them. There's not one kid in the world that has a silver cap that's a good kid.
No, because their parents gave them juice to go to bed because it was bad, and that's how they keep got rotted out. It was bad as shit.
So mean.
Like, just drink this juice. Go somewhere.
Tia, I'm moving on. Geralda, it's the last call for alcohol. Why are you mad?
I can tell you why I'm mad. It has the same thing why I'm happy. That my bathroom is not finished still.
We gotta move past this, Geralda.
You know, when I took a shower today, I had to turn the hot water up a little bit because it was too hot. It made me laugh when I thought about how you didn't have hot water. He was like, it's warm, but it ain't hot.
It ain't hot. I like hot water. But the fact that I'm still going through this, you know, I did little things that make me have to bust some shower curtains, shower rods, but I can't get into a hot shower right now. And I'm still having those issues. So that's why I'm mad still.
You can boil some water and take a bath. I mean, it's a workaround. You
can
get a water hose and siphon it through the water hose and make it hot.
Tell me where in America that works.
My water works. I'm good. I'm trying to help you.
No. Tell me where that works. If that works, Matter of fact, come over here right now and show me that works.
Science always works.
And Tia is a scientist.
I'm sorry, but that's not working right now. But yeah, my hot water will be working officially tomorrow.
All right. Michelle, it's the last call for alcohol. Why are you mad?
I'm mad the live wouldn't let us be great.
Oh
The
no.
internet and the
Listen,
Facebook and the Zoom.
It's nothing we can do about technical difficulties.
I know.
Except
But
adapt and figure it.
the funny thing though, the irony is that we made all those jokes yesterday about old boy who couldn't get his technical issues right.
Look at us.
Literally had practice.
And we practiced.
We had practice.
We had practice.
We had practice.
So now we empathize with him.
Like,
no.
Really?
Because this was not a case of us trying to do the most.
Right. We were trying to do the least to get to the most.
And we practiced.
We had practice. And they say practice makes perfect.
We had rehearsal.
It didn't work. We had to dress and rehearsal. And then, boom, the show didn't work.
The only argument I got is that we didn't go harder. We should have had background dancers and did.
We should have had background dancers doing the south side.
Right, we should have.
We should have some people doing the south side when Keke came.
The promoter would have. I think she would have volunteered.
Shane, why are you mad today?
I am mad today because why would I be mad today? I really don't have a reason to be mad today. I had a good day.
All right.
I expected my day to be a lot more stressful than it actually was. I think my manager emailed me at about 10 o'clock, and then I didn't hear from him again until 6 o'clock. And at 6 o'clock, it was something that I didn't really need to even be a part of.
Good.
I was just copied on it. So I'm glad about that, actually.
Yeah.
High five. Cheers to that.
Always good when you.
Shout out to a great show and some awesome guests.
Awesome guests.
Yeah. Yes. And I guess we will wrap this thing up like peace, love, and coconut oil, and see y'all next time.